Unbelievable, they're filming with their smartphones? These were the words spoken by Eric, an American. What could have happened to Eric during his long-awaited trip to Asia? Before proceeding with the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. This way, stories that interest you will naturally appear in your feed. Now, let's dive into the details. Unbelievable, not only is no one helping, but they're filming with their phones? Eric Smith was left speechless by the scene unfolding before him in Korea. While traveling from America through Asia, he visited both Japan and Korea, where he witnessed the same kind of accident. But the responses were shockingly different. Eric was walking through the bustling streets of Seoul. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed at an intersection as a truck lost its balance while making a sharp turn and overturned. The fruits loaded on the truck bed scattered across the road, and the crowd immediately began murmuring. Eric assumed someone would rush to help the driver, so he stood there watching. But the next thing he saw was shocking. People started pulling out their smartphones and filming the accident scene. Are they seriously just trying to go viral? The truck driver lay on the ground, grimacing in pain. But no one extended a hand to help. Instead, the crowd of young people that had gathered started filming with their phones and posting it on social media. Posts with tags like #MajorAccident, #BreakingNews, and #truck overturned began appearing, and the grinning crowd, like hyenas, seemed to be eagerly awaiting likes and comments, even if just for a fleeting moment. A cold chill ran down Eric's spine as he felt a deep sense of dread. Some of them even reached for the scattered fruits, stuffing them into their bags and backpacks. Not content with just filming, they tried to physically take the loot from the scene. Eric suppressed the urge to shout. Why is no one helping? Why are they aiming for social media fame at a time like this? Eric was deeply disturbed by the bizarre behavior he witnessed in Korea. It wasn't until several minutes later that the police arrived, and even then, no one had tried to help the driver until the ambulance came to take him away. Later, Eric moved on to Osaka, Japan. The shocking experience he had in Korea still weighed on his mind. But his stay in Japan was more relaxing. While sightseeing in a car with his friend Takashi, he again witnessed a traffic accident. A truck lost its balance on a sharp curve, scattering a load of fruit across the road. Recalling the scene in Korea, anxiety welled up inside Eric. Is it going to happen again? But what happened in Japan was far beyond his expectations. Bystanders quickly gathered and efficiently began returning the fruit to the truck. No one pulled out their phones to film the incident, and a spirit of cooperation naturally unfolded. Before the police even arrived, the road was almost cleared, and the truck driver was being gently cared for. Deeply moved by this sight, Eric asked Takashi, "Why is it like this in Japan? In other places, people don't always help." Takashi smiled and replied, "In Japan, it's natural to help others. If someone's in trouble, people immediately lend a hand. It's part of our culture." Eric was deeply impressed by these words. I can't believe this is the same continent, he thought to himself. A few days later, Eric decided to extend his stay in Japan. Together with his friend Takashi, he visited Kyoto to experience Japan's traditional culture. During their sightseeing, Eric had yet another encounter with Japanese kindness. Eric and Takashi visited the beautiful bamboo groves in Arashiyama, a popular tourist destination. Amid the bustling crowds, Eric noticed an elderly woman who had collapsed. Worried, Eric asked Takashi, "Is she all right?" Takashi immediately glanced toward the nearby tourists. Sure enough, several Japanese people had already rushed to her side and helped her up. A young couple even lent their arms to support her as she walked. Witnessing this, Eric realized that Japan's spirit of helping others remained unchanged, no matter where he went. In Japan, people act naturally when someone is in trouble. Even if no one asks for help, everyone steps in once they notice. That's just how it is. Eric nodded at Takashi's words. This country is truly remarkable. No matter where you are, the spirit of cooperation is ingrained in everyone. One day, Takashi took Eric to a ramen shop that was well known among the locals. Eric had eaten ramen several times in Japan before, But this particular shop was said to be special even to the local residents. Upon entering, Eric was overwhelmed by the warmth and energy. The small shop was bustling with smiles, and although the staff were busy, they greeted each customer with a smile. While waiting for his ramen, Eric noticed a foreign tourist at the next table had left their wallet on the table and was about to leave the shop. The shop's manager didn't miss a beat. He quickly chased after the tourist and handed them the wallet. When the surprised tourist tried to express their gratitude, the manager simply said, "It's something important to you," and quietly returned to the shop. Eric was deeply moved by this series of actions. Despite being so busy, the staff showed kindness, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. They're so busy, yet they respond with kindness as if it's second nature. In Japan, helping others feels like an integral part of daily life. In that moment, Eric realized just how deeply ingrained these values were in Japanese culture. Eric's experiences brought to mind the kindness that many foreigners have felt in Japan over the years. In the 19th century, British explorer Isabella Bird recorded her own experience during her travels in Japan. "I once dropped my parasol while traveling. I didn't realize it until I had already gone a considerable distance. However, the Japanese guide with me walked back nearly a mile to retrieve it and return it to me. When I offered him a reward, he smiled and declined, saying, 'It was my duty.' The people of this country seem to take joy in serving others." Such episodes continue even today. Japan's spirit of kindness and cooperation, nurtured over centuries, continues to leave a lasting impression on foreigners. On the other hand, the scene Eric witnessed in Korea sparked a debate online and in the news. In Korea, the predatory behavior at accident scenes has been criticized as part of social media culture. People film anything for the sake of going viral, even exploiting the misfortune of others. Especially among the younger generation, the desire for more followers takes precedence, raising concerns about the growing indifference to others' suffering. The sense of helplessness and shock Eric felt in Korea highlighted the differences in culture and moral values between countries. Through Eric's experiences, what he witnessed in Japan offered him hope. He saw firsthand how the spirit of helping others and kindness supports the order and structure of society. He strongly felt that this unique aspect of Japanese culture is a value worth emulating in other countries. In Japan, it's not just about helping others. It's the belief that helping is the norm. That's what makes this country so beautiful. As his departure from Japan neared, Eric cherished the warmth and kindness he had experienced in this remarkable country. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video to continue enjoying content about the wonders of Japan.